my name is Louise, and dog just made a random noise. My channel is a haul every Saturday. I do random vlogs or videos or whatever in between, depending on the week or what's going on. Nothing set in stone for during the week. If you enjoy that sort of thing, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to subscribe, I think is down there, down below. Click the notification bell, then you'll be notified of when I do upload. I do like a good like and a comment. It always helps keep the algorithm going and promote my channel. So this week our budget is £60. I didn't hit £60. I'm going to go through the receipt at the end because it's all over the place, and it'll just be easier to talk about it at the end. Only went to Asda this week. I do need to go into some other shops because I know I can do better for my money in some other shops as well. Chip's after my attention as usual. So if you're new here, this is Chip. Chip is really pushing his luck recently. He is after my attention literally 24/7. And making me feel guilty for doing anything at the moment, even talking to you. So yeah, he wants to get in on every video at the moment, it seems. He's completely put me off my stride. What was he talking about? Didn't hit budget. He put me off, Chip. Doesn't care. So yeah, didn't hit budget. I'll go through that at the end. I did have a couple of meal ideas, so I'll explain it as we go along. I will put prices on everything as well. I will keep my receipt on me because prices are so up and down at the moment. I used to be really good at remembering all the prices, but I don't remember them anymore. Yeah, so got nothing else to talk about anymore, so let's get on with the haul. And I'm gonna have to put him down. He's gonna hate me. You're gonna have to go down. Yes, you are. I know. I love you too. Have my trusted receipt because I definitely don't know the prices for these. Spring onions. Haven't had spring onions for a while, so I don't need all my salad bits. I've still got a few bits in the fridge, so I'm just topping up stuff. And I haven't had spring onions for a while. I do have some eggs left as well that I bought a couple of weeks ago that are still good actually. So spring onions, 50p for that little thing. That's not bad at all. I picked up some more lemons. Now I did mention the lemons last week. This is 50p packet. They're quite small lemons, but they're quite juicy. That, you know, if you roll them first before squeezing them, if that's the way you're going to use them, you get a lot more juice. They do two more sizes. They have a 79p packet, which it's got 4 in it as well, but when you look at them, there's really not that much difference. It's not worth the extra money. And I haven't tried the luxury pack. I guess if it gets reduced I might try it, but they're huge. I just feel like they're going to be like really thick pith in it. Is that what it's called? Peel? It's called peel. Yeah, so I'm not going to try them unless I see them in the reduced section. But I really do like my lemon drinks at the moment. Now the tomatoes, they didn't have the ones I got last week. So I got the normal tomatoes. I don't know what they're called. They're just normal sized tomatoes, you know, bigger than these ones. I got a 6-pack for like 70 something p. They didn't have any. They didn't even have space where they should have gone or any price points for them. So I don't know if they stopped making them. Stop making the tomatoes. They stopped packaging those ones in this essential range. I'm not sure, but they didn't have any space. Didn't look like that they're going to be a thing anymore. And the other ones they had were not in this type of packaging. They were in like the thicker boxes, and they were way more expensive. The cheapest I could find was £1.30 for 4. So I got this one instead. I do have these quite regular anyway, and these are fine. This is a 55p packet. Got spinach again this week. This is 90p. Absolutely love spinach. It just works really well with fibro. I find personally, you know, everyone's fibro is completely different and there's different things that react in different ways. But for me, if I have spinach, I can tell the difference. And I don't wilt this. Don't like it that way, so I eat it fresh. So I was going to get some lettuce as well, but I just thought, you know, I'm better off just shoving that straight in the bowl. That does the job. You know, because of the fact that I don't wilt it, this actually lasts me a week. Now I do make Chip his food in the slow cooker. Now this is 2 portions in this for him. One meal will one slow cooker will do about 5 days worth of meals. I am getting a little bit of stock going, but that's a good thing because, you know, prices going up and all that. So this is actually £3.10 for this packet. It's 1.1 kilogram. You can get a cheaper packet for £1.94. But if you actually feel the thighs in the £1.94 packet, There's a lot of bones going on there compared to this size packet. So even though you still get 1.1 kilograms, you're paying more for bones in the smaller packet. So this seems to work quite well. So bacon, this is for Corey, this is £2.50. This is the one he likes. Can get it cheaper, but you know, not for this one. This is specifically the one he likes, is the streaky one. I got another butter this week. Now I mentioned butter last week. This was £1.10. It's actually £1 this week, so feel better about that. It was the butter that was tasting funny. If you saw last week's video, if you haven't, pop back and you'll see what I was talking about the butter. I'm not going to go through it all again because I'll be here all day if I keep doing that. But it was the butter that was the issue. This one is absolutely fine, and it's only £1 at the moment, which is even better. I haven't had hummus for a while. Now, this is my favourite one out of all of the choices. It's the caramelised onion. You can get the normal hummus, and you can get the one that's like reduced something, salt, sugar, something, I can't remember, it's reduced something in it. And you can get pepper one, chili and red pepper ones, I think, as well, which are all very good, but this one is my favourite, and this is 79p for a tub. I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for yet, but I do know that hummus and lemon go good together as well. I got another sage and onion box of stuffing this week. Again, I've mentioned this is going to go towards Christmas or Thanksgiving. I've got 3 boxes now, so I'm good. I won't get any more. That'll do me until after Christmas. Just going to pick up maybe one random thing here and there so that it's not such a big deal at Christmas. Got my favourite coffee. Actually didn't check the price on that one. So this is actually 83p for this jar. Normally I would go through about a jar a week, but I do have my little Nescafe packets, the caramel ones, which are my treat ones for work. They used to be when I knew I was going to have a stressful day, and I would just have maybe 1 or 2 of them a week. But now, at the moment, because work is pretty bad, it's stressful every day, so I have them every day of the week. So this is just the coffees I have at home, but it's really good. I really, really enjoy this one still. 83p for a week is really good price. And I got the baked beans and sausages. Don't know why. I haven't had them for the longest time. Used to really enjoy them. They're really, really good on toast as well. I think this was 43p for that can. Just to sit in the cupboard for, you know, sometimes you just randomly fancy something a little bit different. I got a tomato and pepperoni pasta bake for Corey mainly. I have got a few jars in the cupboard. Corey and I tried a different sauce this week. He wasn't a fan. And then I realised I don't really have many that he would choose. So I got this one. He likes this one. This is 90p. I also got this one. Now, this is 39p. This is a bolognese sauce. Corey used to have this one all the time. And I think because he had it so much, he started to get bored with it. But he's not had it for a long time. So I thought, we'll give it a go. If it's no good, you can always just, you know, add some more tomato puree, some spices, and make it something. So it still can be a base for a sauce for 39p. Still a good bargain. Corey's barbecue sauces. I say Corey's, you know, I can have it. I just don't really eat barbecue sauce that often, so it's more for Corey than me. Picked up 2. I got 3 last week, I think. Just trying to get stocked up because they randomly go through phases where they don't have the sauce at all. £1 each, so yeah, just stocking up a little bit. Now the biscuits, originally I picked up the digestives for Corey, chocolate digestives, which I do tend to dip into his a little bit because they're really, really good, these ones. 60p for a packet. Corey and I prefer these to the McVitie's ones. Then I went and got the custard creams for me. Just, you know, want some biscuits. I wasn't going to go for chocolate this week, so I thought let's go for something a little bit different. And I can't remember the price, 40 something. 45 for this one. And then as I said, I'm going to go through the receipt later on. This is why. So I was picking up some bits for the food bank, so I'd gone back, but it was after I'd done my shop, and I found these and I thought, you know, we haven't had these for the longest time. I used to get these and they're really, really good. 39p for that huge packet. I was going to put one of these back, but because I'd already done my shopping, I shopped with the 4-wheel shopping trolley. I just couldn't be bothered to go through it all. So we got more packets than we need, but you know, they last ages and they can sit in the cupboard, so it's not a big deal. 2 packets of pasta just to sit in the cupboard. I think we got about a packet and a half, so we don't really need it yet. But you know, stocking up things is never a bad thing, and these are 35p a pack. So, and this shake one, these tubes, that's Corey's absolute favourite. I still have peppers in the fridge. It's weird. I've got a packet of peppers. It's got to have been at least 2, possibly 3 weeks ago. Haven't touched them yet, and they're still absolutely fine. So I thought, well, we do need to start using them because they're not going to last too much longer, I don't think. This is 85p. You get 8 wraps in this, and these ones are really nice. Like, they're really soft. You can just feel how fresh they are. Always really enjoyed these ones. So that one's going to be more for me when I do I'm going to do like a Mexican type something, not sure what yet. But I know that Corey really enjoys these, and these are quite expensive normally. They just gone down they're on a deal at the moment for £2, which seems a lot, but for what they are, like the price they normally go for, that's a really good price. Corey really enjoys these ones. I'm not much of a fan. It is just the shape of it. I just don't like it much. But yeah, Corey will probably have some Mexican stuff in those, and I'll have the wraps. Again, Corey's still got the tail ends of his cold, a little bit of a cough going on there, so I picked up some more of the balm tissue. This has got aloe vera in it, and it's soothing for the nose, and it really does work. This is a 2-pack, and it costs £3. Got him some more congestion relief, £1.50 for 12 of them, and he's been using these ones and he says they're quite good, because I always I make sure I've got plenty of stock in the cupboard so that when, you know, a cold comes on you, you don't know it's coming. So I always make sure I've got them in. That's the one he was going towards rather than the actual cold relief, because that one was helping more. Vitamin B complex, again, that was £1.50 for 90 tablets. I have to have vitamin B every day. I started actually when I was a vegetarian, because, you know, B is something you have to have as a vegetarian. You're going to be lower, and it's just easier to do it with the tablet. Unless you are like really nutrition savvy and you know what you're doing. I didn't. I was just not eating meat anymore. But I have actually stopped taking this at one point randomly, because I do that with my tablets. If I'm not sure if they're actually doing anything, I'll stop taking them for a while, because they might not be doing anything anymore, and you're still taking them. And then if I get no reaction, then I'll stop taking it. But I did that with this exactly 2 weeks after not taking it anymore. I was an emotional mess. I didn't know it was linked to this because I'd forgotten. Actually, when I spoke to somebody in Holland about it, and they suggested this, and she said, strangely enough, that she's on the B vitamin and she had the same thing happen to her when she forgot to take them on holiday. So they definitely have a big impact on your emotional health. Just a tip out there, if nobody knows about that, that definitely helps. It actually says contribute to normal psychological function. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm normal, but you know. Cotton buds, just running out. Something I always have in the cupboard. I've never actually run out. We've actually run out. I've never got that low. £1 for a packet of those. Dog biscuits, £2.79 for this one. Now, I'd stopped buying dog meat and dog biscuits because of things that have been happening. If you're new to my channel, there's been some things. Chip's brother passed, and Chip's now not very well, and he was stopped eating everything except the chicken casserole which I make. I mean, I call it casserole, it's literally vegetables and chicken. So because of all the emotional things that were going on at the time, I actually did get rid of every biscuit I had because he wasn't eating them. And now I think he's taking advantage of me, and he's wanting to get me up all through the night to feed him, because I don't know if he's hungry or not. Before, he would always have food down, but you can't leave, obviously, you can't leave like chicken and vegetables just out all day. You just can't do that. So these are actually soft, small chunks of a biscuit, because he's not got all his teeth either. So I know he's not going to eat proper biscuits. I haven't seen these for a while. This is the chicken one. He's really not into beef an awful lot anymore, but his appetite is starting to come back. He's starting to try a more varied diet again. So I thought that we'll give this one a go. He can just go in the bowl and sit during the day, because it's a dry food. And just put a small handful in there. I know he's got the option of something if he does get hungry, and it will stop me from feeling guilty and having to get up 2 or 3 times a night, which is what's happening at the moment. It's not a good thing. Beef lasagna. This one, I pretty much make sure there's one in the freezer all the time for Corey. With his work schedule and my work schedule, he tends to make his own food fairly often. And it's just a matter of shove something in the oven, really. So beef lasagna, he really enjoys this one. It's 90p. Chicken bacon bake pie. I just haven't really bought pies for a while. So these used to be £1, they're up to £1.45. But the chicken and bacon at the moment is only £1.20. Beef slices, haven't bought these for I've never bought these. I don't think I've ever bought these actually. So this is one portion of beef slices and gravy. But I've got potatoes that I bought last week I've not used, and I've been thinking about making some mashed potato. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear that. Chip just patting around the house. So anyway, it's distracted me again. How does he manage to do this? Yeah, so I was thinking mashed potato, plus as you know, if you've been here for a while, you know I have a lot of frozen veggies because of Chip's food. So I've been thinking about doing a mashed potato and veg, and I didn't know what to put with it. So now Corey has the option of pies or beef gravy. So I feel better about that. I thought it was quite good for 90p. Picked up some chips. We just don't have any. I like to have some potato products. We don't tend to go through the frozen potato products too often, I don't think. Maybe once or twice a week really, and I always just buy normal potatoes. So just thought it'd be nice to have seasoned ones. So clearly I did pay a little bit more, but this was £1.24 for a 750 gram packet, so it wasn't terrible. It's just nice to change things up occasionally, isn't it? I got some sweet potato chunks. This will be for Chip's food. He does like the sweet potato. He likes butternut squash. I like to make sure I have both, and then run out of this one. And I believe this is £1.45. No, £1.35 for that one. Yeah, so that's just for his. Crisps. Now, this is one of the reasons I wanted to go to Aldi. As you know, if you've been here for a while, and I keep saying that, I don't know how to say it any differently. That Aldi is mainly is like the rubbishy type food shop. I don't really tend to go meat products, cheese, anything like that. I check the prices out, but they're not better than I can do better in Asda. So I'm not going to go out of my way to get used to something that's not any better value for me. Crisps I do get in Aldi normally, and I would normally get a 30 pack in there, and I think it's £3.09. But because I knew I weren't going to get there this week, and we're completely out of crisps, and I do like to make sure I've got crisps in the house. So this is actually a 24 pack, but it was £3.35, I believe. Let me double check that one. Yes, I was right, £3.35, I remembered one. I'm sure these are £3.50 before. So £3.35, all right, you get the 6 less bags, but you know, if I can't get there, that's not terrible. It's not as good as it could have been, but it's not terrible. And you get 6 prawn cocktail, 6 cheese and onions, 6 salt and vinegar, and 6 ready salted in that one. Now again, I got this for Corey. Yes, he's cracked into it. As you know, I do shop the day before I can haul because of my fibro. I can't do it all of it in one day. So this is actually £12.95 still. Somebody in, as I've mentioned, as I said earlier, I do check the comments out. Somebody did mention you can get this cheaper in Tesco's at the moment. So thank you very much for putting that in the chat. I personally just can't get to a Tesco that sells them because my local one is a Metro, and it doesn't actually do big packets of Cokes. It only does the smaller ones like the 8 packs and stuff. So yeah, thank you for putting that chat. So anybody else that is buying these, you can get them cheaper in Tesco, but this is actually £12.95 for 24 pack. But this, even though I spent it out of our food shopping, Corey's reimbursing me when he gets paid for all the Cokes, because I wouldn't be spending that amount out of food shopping just for some drinks. I actually did fancy some fizzy this week. This is a Pepsi Max Lime, £1.35. Normally wouldn't have spent that much. I think I was getting to the end of the shop and I weren't really paying attention. I didn't look any well, so I just picked it up. It was just weird. So anyway, that's the food that we did buy. Right, so my receipt says £52.90. So we were under budget about £60, even with everything all in. But we're going to take the £13 off that, but that'll be reimbursed when Corey gets paid. And also, the total for that isn't everything that you see here. So there were some bits I did donate. So I have to donate them straight away. So there's like a big basket as you're going out of Asda. If I don't do it straight away, if I brought it home to show you what, you know, how much the bill was, everything included in the bill, then I end up with food bank stuff sitting in the house for weeks and weeks, because it's just one of those things that is, even if it's like by the front door, I'll just forget to take it, because now my new routine is actually I take my trolley to work and I go shopping straight from work. So thinking, oh okay, I've got to pick up some, you know, fill up the trolley with a load of food to take to the food bank, it's just not going to work that way. So I try to do it at the end of my shop and donate it straight off. So it's not here, even though I'm telling you the total of my bill. I'm trying to be honest about it so you know how much things are really coming to. So I actually did pick up tea bags, cookies, hence the reason I ended up with the other packet of cookies. That wouldn't have normally happened. I just couldn't bother to go through the trolley and pick out the other packet of biscuits, so it's not a biggie. A random tin of beans, because beans goes with everything. Soup, now brings up two tins of soup. Again, another thing that I thought was weird. Just me. Tomato soup and chicken soup I picked up, and the chicken soup was cheaper than the tomato. I thought the tomato would have been cheaper. Random thing. And that's all I did pick up for the food bank. It wasn't a lot. You know, every tiny thing helps. You know, anybody who's ever donating to a food bank, never feel bad if you can just pick up one item. Like, that is so awesome that you're doing it. Do you know how many people don't do it and how bad things are out there? And this is not me guilting anybody whatsoever. Everybody's circumstances is massively different. I am hugely aware that I'm in a really good position, that our food budget is as high as it is. I know a lot of people are having to deal with a lot less money, so never think I'm preaching or anything like that. Please don't do that. Just saying, like, if you was going to pick one item and you just thought, I can only really afford to get that, I'd like to do it, but I don't want to feel, you know, like bad for just putting one thing in there, whatever. Honestly, you're awesome for doing that, because there's so many people that are in a way better position that don't. So just putting it out there, that's just my personal opinion on the subject. So yeah, I put some random things in there. I mean, I was trying to think of, you know, like, okay, if somebody got a bag, I mean, clearly I'm not going to buy enough that they would have whatever they call random hair there, that they're going to get I can't donate enough that's going to feed a family, clearly. So I was trying to think, okay, if it was one person and they were getting, you know, this, that and the other, and I started off with, okay, tea bags. We're English, we like a good cup of tea. Packet of biscuits, you can dunk it in your tea. Then I went off to think, okay, well, food, you know, soup is a good staple food. It's filling, it's warm. And then I couldn't think of anything else, so I ended up with a random tin of beans. So I don't know what that was about. I'll try to be a little bit more conscious of it next time. I'm never going to donate loads, you know, like you could say, okay, we use well under budget, you could have spent like £8, but was it £8? Yeah, about that one at 52, I think. So I was £8 under budget, but I know I need to do an outlet haul that will be on top of a normal shop. So, you know, you have to work within what you know you've got to pay out for. You know, a lot of people also say to me, because I did get this comment a while back, which was weird, because actually somebody did come up and ask them. Somebody said, well, you think that that's a budget, being £60 for just you, like just you, your son and dog, whatever. And somebody said, well, what do you think a budget is? A budget is literally whatever you have and how you need to budget. Budget doesn't mean it's got to be a really small amount. You could have a budget of £100. It's your budget. It's within what you earn. So my budget is £60, and I know how good that is. That does include everything, like food, toiletries, cleaning stuff, any medications. That all comes within budget. You do see me on a very regular basis not having any cleaning products and stuff. When I do get a deal, I go nuts on it. Or if you find something that's reduced and there's a big load of it, then I do that. If you've been with me a while, you'll know, like, there was times when I had a ridiculous amount of lemonade. There was a time when actually pasta bake, which was Corey was obsessed with, is not been since I got the massive amount. I used to get pasta bake packets every week, and he would eat them every week, and then they suddenly went down to like 5p, and I think I got, over the space of a couple of weeks, got like 90 of them. I've still probably got about 60 of them, and it's like nearly 2 years later or whatever. I can't remember exactly when I bought them. So yeah, there'll be a lot of things you don't see regular. Cleaning products, again, Christmas is a really good time to get reduced cleaning products, because they go from one smell to a different smell, you know, certain times a year, stuff like that. So always look out for specific things, specific times a year. I'm not an expert in any of this. This is just my experience from trying to budget consciously as I can anyway. So somebody did mention that they did, you know I'm bad with names, so this is just, oh, see, I'm talking. Somebody did mention that they did try a cheaper version, because I recommend them, and they weren't a fan. Well done for trying it. That's the point, isn't it? It's trying to save when you can, but don't ever go cheap on something and you're not like it, because that's just silly. All the products that I go cheap on, I enjoy those products. If I didn't, I would go for a more expensive one. So that was a long one. I don't know how much of that one's going to stay in, how much I'm going to cut out. I don't know where that will come from. So yeah, hope everybody's having a lovely Saturday. Sending out good vibes as I always do. I hope they're being caught, even just a little bit. It all helps. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.